It's a great day. My name is Che Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we are on a mission. And our mission really is to inspire, our mission is to empower, and our mission is to provide you, that's right, you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Marquita Owens. She's in the building. And yeah, she'll be talking about how to have a profitable business. But she said you can have a healthy lifestyle as well. I don't know. She claims you can have it all. We're going to find out. What's going on, Marquita? How are you?
I am well, doing good, alive and well. Woke up this morning, so I can't ask for nothing more different.
Well, shout out to you for being here. Shout out to Tonelli. Did I get it right? Tonelli for connecting us. Did I get it right?
Tanil.
Tanil. I keep saying Tonelli. She's going to kill me. Tanil, like sure. O'Neal, Tanil. Thank you, Tanil, for connecting us. You are amazing. You are incredible. Now, the audience is looking below and saying how to have a profitable business. And the first question they might have is, what in the LL Cool J is holding people back, in your mind, from having a profitable business? Seems like you start a company, you get some customers, you make some money. So here's the question. What holds people back from just getting started, from your view of the world, in business?
I definitely would say fear. A lot of us, we are equipped with our God-given gift, but sometimes we're just kind of scared to launch out on that because we know that we're good at it, but we just sometimes don't know if we trust that we can make money off of it at the same time. So fear, I would say that's the #1 killer of businesses, of people who want to be an entrepreneur, that why they don't start.
When you got started, did you have any fear? Was there any reservations? Were you nervous at all? I know when I started, I wasn't nervous at all until the money wasn't coming in, but that's a topic for another time. It's not about me, it's about you. So was there any fear when you got started?
Most definitely, but I've always been that kind of person that I'm gonna think about it, and then I'm gonna run off that cliff and jump right into it. So I'll think about it, but then at the same time, it's like I know I'm good at whatever I'm wanting to pursue. So I just go and take a leap forward and take upon the consequences after. So that's always been the kind of entrepreneur I've been, is think about it and then just leap.
Now, here's the question that I have for those folks that are listening. They mentioned you can have a healthy lifestyle at the same time. What do you say to the entrepreneur that's listening right now and says, Shay, make her aware, please, that I have a full-time job? And can she be aware before you talk about having priorities, that I also have a family? Some of them have a husband, some have a wife, some have other responsibilities. Oh, by the way, Shay, make sure she knows we have kids, okay? So there are kids involved, and the kids have schedules, by the way. They're also involved in the community, and there's got a lot of things going on. So the question to you really is, how do you suggest that people prioritize so much going on with also having a healthy life?
My mindset has always been the mindset of being on that airplane and emergency is happening. And when that mask falls down, they tell you to save yourself first. So that has always to is I had to learn how to save myself first. I had to remove the mom guilt, the wife guilt, a lot of that. That's a lot of reasons why people don't start, because you're like, oh, I've been at work all day. I don't have time to work out because I've already been gone away from the house. But then I had to think, hey, I'm going to be in the shower. I'm going to be on the toilet. I'm going to be somewhere, and my family was going to pull from me. What part of that 24 hours was going to be chiseled out for me? I didn't care if it was 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I had to make good with that 24 hours that was given. If I'm building everybody else up, what portion was going to be left for me? So for me, it was just making small little changes of how do I save myself first. And once I learned how to save myself, a better wife, I was a better mom, I was a better entrepreneur. entrepreneur because I was doing something to me. I was able to do things that brought me joy. So removing the guilt first, that to me is the first step, is removing the guilt of feeling like you are owed 30 minutes. You're owed more than that, but if you can at least start with 30 minutes, maybe it's meditation, or maybe it's just a walk. If you can start with those little small things, it will become a lifestyle.
And as you were saying that, one of the things you mentioned was you can have these thoughts that you can do certain things, or the affirmations that you tell yourself. And ladies and gentlemen, don't worry, we're gonna get into how famous she is. I know you're all dying how she got 2 businesses. I know some of you have already Googled her, some of you looked her up, some of you on the website. I get it. We'll get there in a moment, but I'm curious. Um, are there affirmations, are there sayings that you tell yourself when you get off track? Some folks might be saying, Shay, I mean, I know exactly what she's saying. I get it, but I got off track again. So what does she tell herself when she's not doing some of the things she knows she should be doing to get her back on track? Does that make sense?
It does. I don't feel like I have a certain affirmation that I tell myself. I know for me, I'm doing something that I'm called to do. So that, I don't know if I would say that that's my affirmation, but that's what gets me going in the morning on days when it seems tough, or on days when business isn't where I feel like it should be. I'm like, I know without a shadow of a doubt, I am doing what I'm called to do. So that's what makes it easy for me to keep going, or to stay encouraged. So that's the one thing I can tell somebody else. If you're doing what you love on those days that it's hard, you're like, dang, but I really love what I do. So maybe that's going to be the fuel for you to keep you going. Not to say that you're not going to get sidetracked or a little discouraged, but just thinking about your why. That's the other thing, is thinking about my why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why do I love, doing it? And is it bringing me joy? Is it feeding me? So those are the things, more than a particular affirmation. So it's probably more of a collection of things.
I love it. Of course, now folks want to know the backstory. They want to say, who is Marquita? What's her backstory? How did she get started? I didn't have a time to read the bio, Shay. I'm cooking now, by the way, or I'm in the car listening to the podcast, Shay. I've got a couple things going on. You're playing in the background. So can you have her please share what's her backstory? Who is she? And what was the defining moment that she said, this is what I'm called to do, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability? So I guess the question is, who are you? What's the backstory?
I mean, how much time do y'all got? pretty
Not
much.
long.
No, pretty much. I was a young mother. I started. I had kids at 19. Started in a corporate world working. Realized I wasn't happy doing that. Always wanted to go to school to do hair. I took a leap and I took a chance on myself. I quit a full-time job to go pursue cosmetology school. I've been doing hair for over 20 something years. Along that way, I was a serial dieter of losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. Talking to my clients, we would always talk about having a fitness studio that people could go into and get their hair done and work out at the time. During that process, for the life of me, I knew I was not going to be the one doing fitness. I knew I would be doing the hair portion. A little ways down the road, I took a fitness journey of working out for a whole year straight. I got tired of losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. And I was like, if I could work out for a whole year straight, I know I'm a have it. And during, I believe, 2016, I worked out for a whole year straight, lost almost 70 pounds, started cycling. During that next couple of years, I became a cycle instructor. During that time, worked for 2 different studios. About 2020, the lady where I worked now, she was getting ready to close the studio for the pandemic. That space was always something that I had dreamt about and always thought, man, if I had something, it would look just like this. I could do hair upstairs and fitness downstairs. Never knew those seeds that I was planting at that particular spot, was going to be the place that is now, a business that I'm able to do people's hair and get them in shape at the same time. It's close to my house. It's on Black Wall Street. So, in a nutshell, that's pretty much who I am and how the business has came about. It just came from me believing in myself, me knowing that I was working in my purpose and my passion and planting those seeds and doing the work at the same time, that God was watering those seeds that I was planting, and I was able to own the business that I had desired, from just me taking a risk on myself, me waking up every morning doing the work, me putting myself first. A business was born in the process.
I never would imagine working out and getting your hair done in the same place. I mean, I've never heard of such a thing. Do they work out before they get their hair done? Or after they get their hair done? I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Or is it a combination of
It
things going on?
depends. If you're in a protective style, yeah, you can work out afterwards. But if you're kind of like rocking what I'm rocking right now, you would probably want to go upstairs and get it refreshed and done afterwards. So it just really depends on what kind of style you're rocking.
Got it. Got it.
Hey,
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 hey, hey.
men need that scalp manipulated. Get those dry cells off. Get that sweat and the salts off your scalp too. So good scalp massage works as well.
So true. So true. See, I like it, ladies. She is on the case ace, which I love, by the way. Now, here's the question. The name, BluPrint Impressions. Give us the backstory on the name a little bit there, because I was thinking, okay, is it going to be a saloon over here? Is it going to be a gym over here? But it's like BluPrint Impressions. Tell us a
BluPrint
little about the
Studio.
backstory.
No,
Yeah, BluPrint
it's
Studio.
BluPrint Studio. Yeah,
I keep
BluPrint
saying
Studio came
impressions,
from.
but why?
No,
Yeah,
you're
why the
good.
name Blueprint?
BluPrint came from whenever I was teaching class, and for me, far as when it came to health, when you go to the doctor and you have that little health history of, did your parents have diabetes, high blood pressure, and all of that? I didn't want my grandkids, whenever it was time for them to check those boxes, to say that I had anything. So in teaching, that would always flow up into my mind, telling people, hey, you are the blueprint to your family's health and what things look like. So you can rewrite what your history says. So for me, that name just felt obvious. So whatever your blueprint looks like, you can recreate that. Like in building a house, you write out the blueprint. Say, I want my plumbing here, this. I want this to look like that. And why can we not do that with our health at the same time? So that's where the name came from.
Oh wow! And what has been the biggest challenge of having two different businesses at the same time in the same facility? Has there been any unique challenges, or is it like I don't know, someone like a coach that has multiple products? I'm just curious.
I would say the hardest thing is people do not care about their health as much as they care about the health of their hair. When it comes to the salon portion, people will book you out a month, a week, a year when it comes to getting their hair done. But when it comes to booking a class, it's kind of like, do I feel like taking care of myself today? I'm not in the mood to take care of myself today. It's more that your health is an afterthought. And I always kid around with people. I'm like, you're gonna be casket sharp. You're gonna be casket sharp from neck and neck above. So that's the challenge for me, is to get people to just as important as your hair is, your body is just as important as well. Your beautician or your barber, they're the first line of defense to a lot of health needs that are going on. Like if you're having breakage, or just your hair is going to tell a lot of stories of what your health, well, of what your health says. So why not, while you're getting your hair intact and making sure that looks good, making sure your insides look good as well. It's not only about losing weight. It's like, what does your blood pressure say about you? What does your blood sugar say about you? What does your cholesterol say about you? So whether you're losing weight on that scale, I mean, that's a bonus, but just having a healthy body, that's the part that is the most rewarding. So yeah, just seeing the two and seeing what people find important has been the struggle.
Well said. You know, we have a segment here called Today is My January 1st. For those folks that tune in every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you know what I'm about to do. You can go ahead and say those words down. Today is my January 1st. Doesn't that sound so good? And for those folks who are here for the first time, we want to welcome you to the Happy Entrepreneur Show. Today is my January 1st is our personal mantra. It represents a fresh start. It means you get a do-over. It means the past, no matter how dark and gloomy that is back there or how bright and sunny it is back there, the past no longer equals the future. And so my question for Marquita on the other side is really two parts. One, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And number two, where was a moment in your life? Maybe there was a setback. Maybe your life's been perfect, ladies and gentlemen. We'll find out. I don't know. But there was a setback for you, and how did you bounce back from it?
Oh, I would feel like whenever I got a divorce at an early age was a setback for me. But how I bounced back was I ran towards my goals, and I didn't want my kids to feel like just because they were coming from a life of a single mom at the time that they couldn't have the life that people could have with dual parents. So just running towards every goal that I wanted to run towards. So just to be an inspiration to my kids that even though you had that setback, if you have something in mind that you want to go after, I mean, you can go after it. And I feel like I've done a good job of with those setbacks, dusting myself off and going after everything I've wanted in the process.
Congratulations to you. I've been through 2 divorces. Don't judge me. I'm on my 3rd marriage now. Don't judge me. So, I know you can smile now, but like me, at the time I couldn't smile. So congratulations for what you've been through and all the work you're doing. When it comes to health, there's also another portion, which I don't know if you get involved in, we'll find out, but which is the food. So what do you say to the person says, well, I'm working out, but I eat whatever I want? How important, I know this is going to be a loaded question, but what do you talk about in terms of diet that goes along with the exercise? Because I find out as I get a little older now that my diet is just as important as my exercise, and they go kind of hand in hand. But I like to get your view of the world and what you share with your clients.
For me, I don't believe in diet, but it took me a while to get there. Like I said before, I was a serial dieter, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. And I learned that it was relationship. It wasn't the diet. The diet wasn't the problem. It was the relationship. You can diet, but is that how you're going to live your life is that how you're going to live for the rest of your life? If not, I mean, that's just a temporary fix. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a gushing scar. It's gonna help for a little bit, but that Band-Aid is not gonna last forever. What is going to be your plan for your lifetime? What's your lifetime plan? And for me, I'm a foodie. I love pizza, I love chips, I love all those things, but it's like, do you have to have 4 slices or can you have 1? Do you have to have the whole bag of chips or can you have 1? What is your relationship? And it's not a bad thing if you do want the whole thing, but it's why are you eating the whole thing? Or why do you want a whole sleeve of Oreos? You know, allowing yourself to have that and then process that at the same time. For me, I knew I had it right whenever my family would order pizza. My youngest, he would always call it Pizza Friday. Whenever I could make it through Pizza Friday and not have 1 slice. And that was based off of me making a decision, not me saying I cannot have it. So relationship with food is probably where you need to start, and knowing your why. Like, why are you eating this? Why do you want it? Do you want a bite? Do you want the whole thing? That way, when those cravings come, you know how to maneuver through those cravings. Maybe you just want a snack, and that's okay. But knowing your why and with your relationship with food, I feel like that will help more people more than anything. We were taught as kids to eat everything on our plate, you know, so now it's just reversing that thought. You know, it's like, maybe I only want half and it's okay if I want half, or maybe I only want a bite and it's okay if you just want that. So yeah, relationship.
Yeah, I can hear my trainer in the background yelling, "You can't outwork your diet. You can't outwork your diet." So I love how you explain that. And I do have another question. It's more of a personal question, but I'm probably the only one that has this question. But you know, what do you tell your clients when it comes to maybe doing leg day? I know I hate leg day. I'm trying to change my mindset. Please don't send me an email saying, Shay, you must tell yourself I love leg day. I love leg day. Okay. I have not got to that part in all my years. Okay. And I'm at the gym probably about 5 to 6 days a week. So what do you, again, I'm just curious because you work with folks on fitness and they've got to come in. There's got to be some things they don't want to work on. I mean, maybe I'm the only one out there that hate leg day. If I am, then I'll stand by myself. But what do you share with folks? Say, well, I hate doing crunches or I hate doing this. What do you share with them to help them get the mindset that it's still something that has to be done?
I would say modifications or finding your pivot, maybe today you don't want to do it. If you're not doing it today, tomorrow you need to go hard. It can't be this whole range of I don't want to, because then I mean you're just gonna keep on having those same results. But it's giving yourself a yes, in some areas. So maybe you go lighter today and maybe tomorrow you go a little bit heavier. For me, I hate weights like with a passion, but I love
Good. I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that walks to the gym saying, okay, today's not my favorite day, but I'm going to do it anyway.
yeah. So
Hate
do
weights.
it
How do you go
anyway.
to the gym and hate weights? That's really, I've never heard, that's really an oxymoron there.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, taking a pivot, maybe a modification into taking baby steps. And like I said, same thing with food is going to go, same thing with working out. It's a relationship, finding a relationship with it and allowing it to grow and allowing it to mature. Yeah, you don't like weights, but at the age that we're getting, your body needs it, especially for women going through menopause. You're going to have to start picking up weights at some point, or you're going to be heading down that osteoporosis stage, or, just parts that, we don't want to enter in. So, I mean, you may not like green beans or your greens, but you got to eat them for your health. So, doing some things that we don't like to do for the benefit of our health. So,
One of my favorite questions to ask when we have time, and we have a little bit of time now, is what's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given? And for the audience, let me frame the conversation that Marquita's been given a lot of advice over her years, I'm sure. She's worked with a lot of mentors, I'm confident. She's read so many books, watched so many videos. She's like everybody else. She's been on social media, so she's probably got a lot from a lot of different places. So if you had to step back and just pull one piece of advice that you've been given that's one of the best pieces, what would you share with the audience and why?
I would say what stuck out the most is do it afraid. To me, I feel like that's, like I said before in the beginning, that's the thing that holds us back is fear. Fear that we're not good enough, fear that we don't measure up, or fear that, we're not going to do it to the best of our abilities. But I mean, if you can do something afraid, sometimes you'll shock yourself like, dang, I really am stronger than I thought, or I really did have a good business idea, or man, this thing really did work out. Whether it did or different didn't, I mean, you owe yourself a try, at least, yeah. So to me, do it afraid is the thing that sticks out to me, because sometimes I'm a real shy person, but I've learned in business can't be a shy entrepreneur at all. So
You're a star for sure.
yeah.
So what do you do? I mean, every time you talk about your business, you see your eyes light up. What do you enjoy most about what you're doing these days? Because you seem to be having a lot of fun.
To me, showing people that they're worth it. To me, that's the thing that I love about it, and seeing people be successful at things that they did not think that they could be successful at. Like cycling is probably the hardest cardio or workout that you're ever going to do, but seeing things click for people, or seeing people who have ailments and they're like, man, I've mastered this, and seeing the proudness in themselves that, oh, I can do something hard and I can succeed at it. For me, that gives me life and seeing joy. I like to stay after class with people, and when they don't understand something and they're like, oh, now I understand it. And it's just finding the love of getting themselves healthy. And also when it comes to hair, when a woman's hair is her crown and glory, and being able to take something and transform it into something beautiful, and seeing the confidence of someone when they leave your chair. I always have this thing that I tell people. I'm like, ooh, now you got to go to Target or the gas station, or something. It's just something that people just perk up when they feel good and look good, and that's in both parts of my business. I get to make people feel good about themselves, and for me, that's where I know that I'm doing what I'm called to do. Because I mean, if I could afford to do it for free, I mean, I would, but it's the thing that brings me absolutely joy. I couldn't think of anything else that I would be doing.
Ah, that's so true. What do you do for fun? We're not out saving the world, helping these folks get their hair together and get fitness. What do you do for fun these days?
Well, right now, we got, I have one last kid left. So we're planning his graduation. So then the fun starts.
You've served your time. Congratulations to you.
Yes, my prison sentence is almost over, but no, I want to. My goal is to travel. I love to travel, even if it's like quick turnaround trips. So that's the thing that brings me joy outside of working. Yeah, traveling is the thing I like to do for fun. So I can't wait. I told them I'm get me a burner phone. Don't come looking for me.
You're like, mom's just fine, okay? Just fine. Look, I tell my sons, they're grown now. I say, do the same thing you used to do to me. Just text me, okay? You don't need to
Yes.
just text me.
I tell my kids, same energy. I don't bother y'all, don't bother me. Give me the same energy.
You'll be just fine. But let me say two things. First, thanks for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. As we close the two-part question. Number one, what type of clients are you looking to work with these days, if any? And number two, how can folks get in contact with you? How can they stay in this conversation over and beyond today? And for those that are in Tulsa, certainly they want to visit you, I'm sure.
The type of client I'm looking for is just someone who's looking to take back their life. You don't have to be perfect. You don't even have to be ever have started before, but if you're tired of the same rigmarole and you're looking for someone to help to inspire you or help cheer you on, I mean, that's the kind of person that I'm looking for. Someone who is ready for change and ready to rewrite their health blueprint, whether it's with their hair or with their body. I'm that person to help. You can get in touch with me on Instagram. I'm on TikTok, and yeah, Instagram is 366 Fit Mom. On TikTok is the same. We do classes live on our TikTok channel, and also the BluPrintStudio.com is our website. So we have a first week $10, so that way you can come in and see what you like and see what you don't like. Cycling, you're definitely going to be like, no, I hate this, and this girl gets on my nerves. But you definitely have to try it more than once. So.
For the record, I like cycling, by the way. It's one of my favorite classes. So I'm one of the few nuts that like it, okay?
Okay.
And I like it much better afterwards. But anyway, all seriousness, thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you to viewer. Thank you for tuning in. You know, without you, there is no show. So we appreciate every time you show up. We appreciate when you're here. Yes, it's cool when you hit the like button, but we really appreciate when we hit the share button. We hit that share button and pay this message forward to someone else who wants to have great health. They want to be able to build their business, and they want to have a life they truly enjoy with the vitality they need to make it happen. With that being said, I never get tired of sharing with you every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that you are really amazing. If no one's told you that you're truly awesome. You're a game changer. If you're an entrepreneur, you're in the world all by yourself, but you're making a difference. So it's not about the money you make. It's about the meaning that you're going to have in the world, and that today is your January 1st. And because of just that one reason alone, I believe your best is still yet to come. They ain't seen it yet. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name hasn't changed. Still Che Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. We out. Peace. Thank you, Marquita. Bye-bye.
Bye.